Hi, this is Bill for SparkyChannel.com. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a light that doesn't work, and it doesn't work even if you replace the bulbs. So, see, this switch right here is on, and it goes to this light right here, but it doesn't work. We changed out the light bulbs, and that doesn't help. See, this switch right here goes to this light right here, which does work. First thing I'm going to do is test out my voltage detector. Just put it into a known live circuit, and you see it works just fine. So this is a good working voltage detector. Okay, I've taken off the cover, and I have the switch off, and we see that this terminal is hot, and this terminal isn't. However, if you put the switch on, it becomes hot. So that tells me that this switch is operating properly. This is a good switch, so the switch isn't the problem. Okay, so since it's not the switch, I'm going to concentrate on the light. I think the light has a problem. Now I've turned the circuit breaker that serves this light off, and I am removing the screws that hold the light on. I found that the screws used to hold the light on were actually deck screws. So when I put the light back on, I will use the proper 832 electrical screws. Now I've taken the light down, and right away I'm seeing multiple problems. You see, the light has two white wires and two black wires, and they're hooked to a black wire and a white wire. So there's 3 wires for each of the wire nuts, and those are orange wire nuts, which are too small to accommodate the 3 wires. So that's the first problem. The second problem, I don't see any ground hooked up. The light must have a ground someplace, and it's not hooked up. Now I'll remove the little wire nuts and take the light down. Now I'll temporarily turn on the circuit breaker and flip on the light switch, and I'm going to hook up my voltage meter and turn it to voltage, and we get 118.7, 118.6 volts AC, which is sufficient for the light. Now I've turned the circuit breaker back off, and I've put the light fixture on my little ladder, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the black and white wires and restrip them to the proper length. Since I'll be using Wago lever nuts for my connectors, I'll strip each of the wires to about 7/16 of an inch. Also, I have found the unattached ground wire. I attached the light's ground wire to the other ground wires in the box. Now I'll use 3 conductor Wago lever nuts to hook up the 3 white wires and then the 3 black wires. See, these are ideal for this kind of installation because they're used for both the stranded and the solid wires. So you have the 2 stranded wires in the Wago lever nut, and now you're putting the solid one in there, and you just click it down, trying to keep the light out of the way so you can see this. You just click the thing down, and there you go. So that's installed. Now we're doing the 3 black wires. So you put them in the Wago lever nut, you click it down, and then you get the house wire. You put it into the Wago lever nut and click it down. So there you got some real nice connections. Now I've selected 2 of the 1.5 inch 832 screws, and I'm screwing the light fixture properly into the box with the correct screws this time. Now I'll install a couple new bulbs, put on the diffuser and the washer and the nut. Then I'll turn the circuit breaker back on. Okay, now I've put the wall plate back on, and I'm going to switch the switch on, and there you go. The light works. And turn it off. There you go. So the problem here turned out to be that the wire connectors used weren't big enough, and it didn't make for a good connection for the black and the white wires. So the switch was good. The electricity coming to the light was fine. It was over 118 volts AC. Everything was fine except that the connections were no good. And the ground wire from the light was not hooked up. And also the screws used to put on the light were deck screws instead of the 832 electrical screws, as it should be. So There was a few problems, and I fixed them all, and the light works great now. I'll put links in my video description for the Fluke voltage detector and for Wago lever nuts in the 2, 3, and 5 conductor sizes. I'll also put a link for the assortment pack that includes all 3 sizes. I'll put a link for the Milwaukee 3-piece 1000 volt insulated screwdriver set, the Fluke 117 electrician's meter, Klein wire strippers, a kit of 832 electrical screws, and channel lock diagonal cutters. Thank you. I hope this video was helpful.